Okay, so let's talk about labels and determine how much to give a patient versus the supply on hand in the doctor's order. So let's look at this label right here just for a moment. And I apologize if it's a little blurry. That says 500 capsules. That means that's how many capsules are actually in this container. So that's the available amount. The 240 milligrams is how much drug strength is per capsule. So my dosage strength would be 240 milligrams per capsule. And my total amount in here is 500 capsules. Now, if we were talking about milliliters, we'd be talking about volume. But in this count, since we're talking about a number that we can count, it's an amount. That little R there represents that this is a trade name, or brand name. This one here, you see it has a USP, sorry about that. This means it's a generic. This right here is the generic name, and the name above it with the little R states that's the brand name or trade name. So this one has both on here. Sometimes they have both, sometimes they do not. We know that these are the manufacturers here, and then there's instructions, and a lot of times the instructions are found inside the container. Here's the storage. I was looking for one that had a controlled substance on it. If it has a controlled substance, it would have the letter C with 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 inside it. And that just tells you how addictive that drug is. So there it is. Controlled substance. Can you see it? C. And it has a 2 inside, and that just determines how addictive it is. And there are some drugs that don't have it on there that's full of caffeine or other stuff like that I feel are addictive too as well, but I am not the people that determine that. So that's saying this is something good to read up on. So that was just a brief overview of the labels. You have your NDC. This is your national code. This is the code that it can be found if you're looking for the medicine based upon that code. So get familiar, read up on it. But I wanted to take a minute and do an example. Let's say that the doctor ordered 0.1 grams of this drug here. Now, my pronunciation is not 100% accurate, so I'm not going to try to pronounce it. But this drug here has 100 micrograms. That's the strength. So the supply on hand is 100 micrograms. And in parentheses here it says 0.1 milligrams. It's saying that this is equivalent to it. You can use either or, whichever one you want to use. Just only one of them. And this is 100 micrograms or 0.1 milligrams per tablet. And in here, this volume amount, or excuse me, the amount is 100 tablets. So I'm going to say per tablet. So now, to find out how many tablet, and I'm going to put in parentheses, guys, an S, just in case it's bigger than 1, the amount's bigger than 1, because if the amount's bigger than 1, then we can add an S, as long as you're not abbreviating. If you abbreviate and you write tab, do not write an S on it, no matter what the number is. Okay? So, I want to know how many tablets will the nurse administer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the doctor's order, that 0.1 gram, and I'm going to set this up. Now, the bottle did say 0.1 milligrams, and if you want to use that, you are more than welcome to. It'll save you some steps. And we want to know how many tablets. Well, our supply is 100 micrograms per 1 tablet. And you see, I put tablet on top because that's what I want in the end. But grams and micrograms don't reduce, so we're going to have to go to our conversion and find out what it is. Well, we know, based upon our conversion sheet, that 1 gram equals 1 million micrograms. Guys, be sure, if I say do not use a comma, don't use it in Canvas, because it will count you wrong. But on your paper in class, make sure the comma looks like a comma, not a decimal. Okay? And if I ask for you to spell out tablets, please spell it out. If I ask you to be sure and use abbreviations, use abbreviations. Okay, back to this. So now I'm going to put in my needed conversion. Well, micrograms are here on bottom, so that means I need it on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. Make sure your zeros are correct. Be careful, guys. And then I need gram on bottom, and it worked out because gram reduces with gram one time, right? It goes into itself once. Microgram reduces with microgram, goes into itself one time, so I did it right. So now I got 0.1 times 1 times that million times 1, all divided by 100 times 1, and it's going to be tablet. So, I can reduce here. You know, we can say that 100 goes into 1 million how many times? We can reduce if we wanted to, or we can just multiply straight across, then divide. It's up to you. So, if I said, if I went ahead and just multiply straight across, and then divide by that 100, remember, order of operations, my answer is going to be 1,000 tablets. And I know realistically, guys, this is not what you would give someone. You wouldn't give them 1,000 tablets, but this is a math class. This is not clinicals. It's not a nursing course where you're going in to actually administer that. This is a math class that's preparing you on how to figure out the dosage, how to figure out what you are to give. Because I do understand that the computers, you got computers that will tell you what to give, you got phones and you got calculators, but guys, they're not always right. And if you can't figure this out and you can't detect an error, then that means that you can hurt somebody really seriously. So, that saying, if a doctor ordered this and you put it in the computer and the computer says gives 1,000 tablets, you're going to say, wait a minute, something's not right. And you're going to go back and you're going to check the math. You're not going to trust a computer to be giving you the right answer. And you're not going to trust your phone or a calculator. So, guys, it is important that you understand how to do this, how to catch an error, and realistically, we would not give 1,000 tablets to one person to take in one day anyways. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.